プレイステーション。
Welcome to Birmingham, Alabama, the Magic City today at Protective Stadium as a couple of teams look to walk away as champions of the Birmingham Bowl. Bowl games are not only a reward for how you played in the regular season, but can be a springboard into next year as well. As we'll see a squad from the Sun Belt, the Louisiana Raging Cajuns, taking on a team from the ACC, the Louisville Cardinals. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Kickoff team out there ready to tee it up and get this bowl game underway. He'll bring it out. It's Wilkerson. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. So the Louisiana Raging Cajuns offense will get the first possession of the game. And here comes the quarterback, and one thing you know for sure, with this team, as he goes, so goes the offense.
And he's a big-time talent, Reese. This guy can hurt you in a multitude of ways, throwing and running the football. He's going to have to be dialed in, though, because this defense is going to give him a lot of different looks. It's really important mentally this QB is on his game.
The Raging Cajuns want to pick up the tempo. Give to the back. Turns it on in midfield. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll come out throwing on first down. That's reeled in. It's House. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. Now here on second down, see if they keep tossing it around. Well, guys, bowl season is here. Always fun to get these non-traditional matchups that you don't see regularly. What do you guys remember about playing in a bowl?
I think you remember all the moments throughout the season, throughout your career, and it's the last time that you ever get these group of individuals together. You say goodbye to so many people, and it's kind of bittersweet, but always fun, Jesse, to dance with your boys one last time. But another thing, too, I love the swag bags, personally. I love getting the gifts.
Yeah, I mean, to me, David, really, it was thinking about the tradition and history of these bowl games. I think that's one of the best things about college football. We're in an era today where bowl games don't matter as much as they did back when you and I played, but it was special to take the field with your guys one more time, but playing in games that had so much history. I know one thing this head coach does every week is he challenges his guys to start fast. And it's so important today, playing on the road in this kind of environment. You saw a nice drive. They didn't get the touchdown they would have loved, but still, kicking that field goal and taking this early lead, that's a statement for the visiting team.
So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. So the Louisville Cardinals offense will take the field for the first time. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football game.
One thing I've noticed from talking to coaches about their approach to bowl games is how many of them use it as a springboard for next season. They try to focus on developing some of the new guys, maybe, that have joined them for the bowl practices.
I mean, you get 15-plus extra practices. You start to play and experience more as young guys. The older guys get a little bit more rest. But, yeah, you're building the future. You're building the foundation. You're working on your technique. And you know what? You also get to have some fun. I think that's important for team building, is having fun at your location, doing the different things together to start to build that unity that will make a big difference in the future.
Yeah, there's a saying in college football that your freshman year, when you get to bowl season, you're no longer a freshman. A lot of players grow up. You get the extra practices mentally, and from a confidence standpoint, you turn the page. I can remember back to my true freshman year, we were getting ready to play Penn State. We had a lot of NFL talent in my freshman class, and everybody just seemed to grow a foot taller. They were playing with a different intensity level that really paid off for us the next year.
Fires to the big fella. I get it that the game is the primary thing about going to a bowl, but there are so many festivities surrounding it, Jesse. What do you remember about something you experienced?
There was a lot of pageantry when I think back to the bowl games I played in, and you have functions, you get to visit a brand new city, generally in warm weather, you get to meet the other team, there's some friendly competition. The biggest thing that stands out to me, though, was
hit the gas, kid, wide open ahead. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10, first and goal from the 8. And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
The run up the middle, looking for the score. Hold down after picking up 5 to the 6-yard line.
This has been really good for the defense, too. It's kind of a bend-don't-break mentality, right? Really bowing up with your backs against the wall. If you can win this next third down, try to force the opponent into a field goal.
And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Louisville!
And that's what I love about empty sets and formations on offense, is that when you spread the defense out, you create bigger lanes to throw into. You saw it right there.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. They march 78 yards down the field, and they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Here comes the Louisiana offense onto the field. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals, Palmer, again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to dial those plays up. Guys have to be able to make them one-on-one to make life easier on this kicker, who is so important to this team.
And the Raging Cajuns want to move quickly. He'll pull it on the read. And it's slipped out. The D scoops it up, and everybody reverses field. Touchdown, Cardinals! Don't just get the ball, score with the ball, and the defense did. That ball was squirting around on the field, finally corralled by the defense, and they turn it into 6.
And it's so hard defensively. Do I jump on it and make sure I get it, or do I scoop it up and try to make the big play? He chose to scoop it up, and it pays off, makes the big play, gets the touchdown.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point is good, and they have an 11-point lead. That is a defensive player's dream. Ball sitting there, chance to scoop it up, run with it, and they don't stop you until the band starts playing. He'll bring it out. It's Everett. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Louisiana has it back, and the Raging Cajun offense headed to the field. He'll start this drive firing. Going to try to get it himself.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Hand off from the shotgun. Knocked down after picking up 5 out to the 24. Boy, could they use a conversion on 3rd and short from their own 24. They'll try to get the first through the air. Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on 3rd down. The Raging Cajuns will line up to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. He's got great speed. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on him. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You've put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Grabbed over the middle. It's Hicks. Nice job to pick up the 1st down, and they'll spot it at the 42.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play. Coming after him.
Grab near the marker. It's Hughes. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a 1st down. That's the end of the quarter, and Louisville has the edge. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the 1st quarter as we take a look at the stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the 2nd. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. They'll start the drive here with 1st down to open this period. Use the play fake, now to throw. Finds his big tight end. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the 1st? Got the completion on the last play, still some work to do on 2nd down. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
Well, there we go. We finally see some life in this offense running the football. Nice gain to pick up the 1st down. You got to get more of that going moving forward because they have not run it well.
Looking to buy time. He just threw it away. The last thing you want to do is try to force something on 1st down in the red zone.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
Can't hang on in the end zone, and that one is going to drive him crazy when he watches it. It'll be third down. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Makes the grab. It's Fowler.
It's a really nice job in coverage defensively there because that tight end, he wasn't really even open. Quarterback just still tried to put it on him and give him an opportunity, but great tackle, short of the stick, setting up fourth down.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And he's sacked. A big play on fourth down to stop this drive.
I know that was tough, but as a quarterback, you got to know on fourth down, you cannot take a sack. Any way, shape, or form, you've got to be able to get rid of that football and give it an opportunity. That time, I know it wasn't blocked perfect, but the quarterback's got to have more sense of urgency.
Here comes the Louisiana offense onto the field. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. The passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field. Find those guys down the field.
And you know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around and see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. He's going to pass. Fires to the wideout. How about getting the foot down on that throw for the big completion? And the Raging Cajuns come to the line in the hurry up.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Now 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack. The pocket broke down, and the quarterback had to take the sack.
Really impressed by this pass rush, Reese. Just guys winning their individual battles one-on-one up front. They're able to get to the quarterback.
On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack.
3rd and long situation, we're bringing an extra DB on the field, and we're telling our front guys to pin your ears back and go get the QB, and they get the job done.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. He'll bring it back. It's McLean. Oh, the ball's out on the return. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground.
Hey, as a return guy, you know that you're going to get hot. You know you've got guys that have a 50-yard run at you trying to dislodge the football. You've got to do a better job of ball security.
Throws toward the end zone. Fires into traffic. Intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sent it the other way.
Well, I love the job by the coaching staff there defensively, matching the personnel of the offense, putting their dime package out on the field. So you bring out the extra defensive back, you're anticipating a pass, perfect timing to run that personnel, and you get the pin.
The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on. He lost it high and deep down the left side. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Catch in the middle, it's Cantrell. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything is working. The offensive coordinator's calling good plays, the quarterback and his unit is executing, and this defense right now, they have no answers.
Gets it out fast. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
He's going to take off. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down.
It's going to be tough on this defense containing this guy because he's got that sixth sense to get outside the pocket, and at that point, he's throwing it and hurting you, or you can take off and run. That time able to get the 1st down. Big challenge for the defense moving forward.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs, you just want positive yards, make the right read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's looking to throw. They're bringing heat. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
And I really like the decision by the quarterback there. Listen, it's early in the downs. Like, don't force it. Don't make a turnover. He tucks it, get what you can get, and then live to play the next down. I like that execution by the QB.
Keeps looking downfield. Lets it fly. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinals.
Man, diving catches always look sweet, but they look even sweeter when it's for a touchdown. That's shades of Desmond Howard back in the day, winning a Heisman Trophy and making catches against Notre Dame. That was unbelievable.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it a 21-3 lead. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Louisiana has it back, and the Raging Cajun offense headed to the field. These guys have taken some body blows in the 1st half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
And he'll chuck that one away and save the down. Nobody was able to get open. Now the defense will try to rise up on 3rd and short from the 21. They'll try to get it through the air. Caught close to the marker. It's McGee. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. He wants to throw. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hit. The Raging Cajuns moving quickly to the line. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Pressure coming. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. And the Raging Cajuns line up to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Bringing it back, it's McClain. Slips through the line. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Quarterback checking the play. He's looking to throw it. He'll take a shot. It's incomplete, and they tried to get one on the board before the break and couldn't quite make the connection. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Reese, talk about an entertaining first half, and always such a fun and vibrant environment there in Birmingham at the Birmingham Bowl. And it'd be easy to say these two offenses are glad we've hit halftime based on their respective performances. It would also be accurate. Turnovers and sacks have told the story so far. And you gotta believe the play calling has been the issue, right? Time to shred those game plans and just get back to basics. With that, let's send it back to Reese and the fellas for the second half of the Birmingham Bowl.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. The Raging Cajuns will kick it off to start the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. They more than got the job done in the first half. Now the job in a bowl game, don't get distracted and finish the deal here in the second half.
I mean, love the way they came out. They had all that time off, didn't look rusty at all, came out with the foot on the accelerator, looked really, really good. Palmer, you just more of the same here in the second half.
I agree. And if you're on that sideline right now, now's not the time to be thinking about the off-season, your strength program, what classes you're taking in the spring. You need to focus on finishing this game, punctuating this season. How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Using the quick game. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. The Cardinals come to the line with a new set of downs. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot, the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn that field. You saw that right there.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his man. It's Cantrell. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. And the Cardinals send out the punt unit. They'll look to pin him deep. Signals for the fair catch and hauls it in just shy of the 30. Here comes the Louisiana offense onto the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board.
And the Raging Cajuns racing to the line in the hurry-up. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. A strike downfield. Finally run out of bounds, but he has his offense rolling with a first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown. That was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback.
And they got him for the sack. He is a menace rushing the passer, career sack number 20.
I mean, some people just have a knack for getting to the quarterback. What a great job throughout his career. Getting there, getting him down, getting pressures. He has been a quarterback's worst nightmare.
I was just going to say, David, you don't sleep well as a quarterback the night before you have to play against this guy because he is going to sack you. That is a guarantee. Death, taxes, and sacks for that guy.
He'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. Give to the running back. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Unloads to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. Open runway ahead. Touchdown, Raging Cajuns. And once he got loose, it was all over.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Coming out with it, it's McClain. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. After giving up that last touchdown, they still got the lead, but now feeling a little bit of pressure to answer with one of their own, David.
And it gets a little bit tight. Listen, we're getting later in the ball game. This offense punted last time. They got to find a few plays, Palmer, that they really love here. Steal some momentum back in this ball game.
They do, David, and after watching their defense just get gashed down the field that last drive, the dream drive for this offense would be to matriculate the ball down the field, eat up some clock, and finish it off with a touchdown.
Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup. Now they'll try to cash in this drive, 1st and 10 from the 50. They'll give it to the back. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
Man, nowhere to run on that play at all.
About all you can say is do better. But that's the problem. Are they able to do better?
And that's why you keep trying things, right? Keep trying to get on the perimeter, running up the middle, try different things to see what you do.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
They've got the ball at midfield, but they're facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Deep shot for the end zone. Touchdown, Louisville! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
You know, sometimes as a play caller, you just don't have to overthink things. I've got a guy who's faster than your guys, and he's just going to run straight down the field. I'm going to throw it way down the field. He's going to make the catch, and we're going to score a touchdown, and that's pretty much what just happened there.
Lining up for the PAT. The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they capped off the drive with a big play through the air, scoring from 50 yards out. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Louisiana has it back, and the Raging Cajun offense headed to the field. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled, you realize what's going on. Now, I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Got it in the middle. It's McIntyre. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a 1st down at the 38. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback can throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone. They executed that perfectly.
They're going to sit back in zone. I'm going to make sure I know exactly what they're doing, find those holes, find those crossing patterns, and take advantage of that zone coverage.
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
And it's been a long day for this offense. If you can't protect your quarterback, it's hard to be successful. That's the 5th sack they have given up. The offensive coordinator has no answers, and this defense has been flying around.
They'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. He's looking to throw. Caught behind the line. It's Coffee. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. 3rd down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. And the quarterback is snowed under.
This defense has a 3-possession lead at this point. You're seeing how dominant they are up front. They've done such a good job recruiting D-linemen, linebackers, guys that can blitz. They've got speed. They found guys in the portal. They've recruited guys out of high school, and they are just eating right now.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. So the first play of the drive will come from the 43. Wants to throw on 1st down. Now adjusting. He's looking on the right side. And it's caught inside the 25. Touchdown Cardinals! And the stomping has commenced.
And tight ends do so much for your offense. They block like crazy. You pull them, you use them all over the place. And when you got a guy that can do this, it's just the cherry on top of the sundae, making big plays, going half the field plus to get the big touchdown.
And they tacked on the extra point. That's the end of the quarter, and Louisville has the edge. They've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we got here. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. The kickoff team takes the field to boot this one away. Looking for those open spaces and opportunities. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. And now the offense will come onto the field again. They're going to open this drive with a pass. And the pass hits, picked off. Takes it the other way. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's pass, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Going with the ground game left. He showed it all there, a little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the 1st down. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs.
Offense has a huge lead right now in the 4th quarter, and they're just going to run this football to try to ice the game, being more dominant, being more physical at the point of attack.
He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. We'll see if the offense can punch it in on 2nd and goal. He's looking to throw. It's complete. Touchdown Cardinals. And the route is on.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
And the extra point is good. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Here comes the Louisiana offense onto the field. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lined up.
They say pressure bust pipes. This quarterback can attest to that. Goodness gracious, they're getting after him all day. There's a reason they're behind. Pressure the quarterback goes a long way to getting the W.
And that is interception number 3 on the day. He'll try to take it back. And he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown, Louisville!
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. The returner will field it and try to get some field position. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Louisiana has it back, and the Raging Cajun offense headed to the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Grabbed in the middle. It's McIntyre. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. Looking to move it through the air. He's right on target. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed.
Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
Louisville has it back, and the offense coming out ready to attack. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets to first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. He's going to pass. Throws to the wideout. And the incomplete pass was just too hot to handle.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Dances away to buy time. Fires to the right. That is just a sideline clinic. Throw, catch, toe drag, everything you want. The Cardinals have their offense in high gear. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down.
And you want to dominate the football game like these guys have all day. Dominate the line of scrimmage. You know, turn and hand the ball off to your running back. It's a good recipe. It makes every quarterback better. It makes every OC better. Just turn, hand the football off, especially when you're winning the ball game.
They'll throw it on first down. Getting some heat. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
Well, he does a really nice job buying time, and I love the awareness there, understanding no one's open downfield, knowing where the sticks are, and he's able to use his athleticism to get that first down.
He wants it all. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line. Well, we are winding it down, guys. Only a few more plays left in this season, also wrapping up a really outstanding performance for this offense.
Yeah.
And this looks disastrous. Oh, down he goes. A huge loss on that play.
Well, quarterback went down behind center pretty quick that time, and it makes you wonder as a play caller, against this pass rush, do you start thinking about maybe rolling your quarterback out and changing the launch point?
On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. We hit the 2-minute warning, and this offense is desperate to make something happen and do it in a hurry. That's caught. It's Coffee. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on first down. Working the middle, it's complete. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there.
A third and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, Dave. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
How about this backer in pass coverage and bringing the big hit stick with him, too. And the Cardinals in the hurry-up. On third and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Just a short pass to the tight end. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. The Cardinals with the 1st and 10. He wants to throw. He's going for the big play. And he bats it away. It falls incomplete.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Takes it from the gun on third down. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinals! And the beatdown has ensued.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
This is what you're looking for when you have the better team. Go out and show it. Don't fool around with them. Go out and play to a standard of excellence.
Just dominate. You know you're going to take care of business. You know you're going to win. It's like how many? How many can I win by? And I like that you keep your foot on the gas and just continue to pile it on. It's their job to stop you. Let them do their job. You just keep pouring it on.
It's not about the X's and the O's. It's the Jimmies and the Joes. This is why recruiting is so important in college football. They just had better players, more physical, they were faster, and it showed today.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.